bottom line is, what we have is a broken system, but it's not broken in the way that the publishers are trying to make us think. Because the publishers have been giving away music, they've been giving away free samples of books and videos. The library system deals with loaning books out and that sort of thing. So the fact that the Canadian population or the world population is literally making billions and billions of copies of things is not going to put billions of dollars into the publishers' pockets. It just isn't going to happen, because the population does not have the money. They don't have anything else that they can take that disposable income away from to give to the music publishers or to give to the video publishers. It just wouldn't happen, because it would screw up the total economy.
Yep.
All right? What is happening is that people are short-circuiting what they used to do to decide whether or not they liked something well enough to buy it. Now, again, last week we talked about statistics, and again, I met my wife in statistics, and I'm a statistical person. If you understand what the bell curve is, it's that nice little curve that has a hump in the center and a big long tail out one end and a big long tail out the other. And you talk about a population and a statistical population, the larger the statistical population, the more people there are in the center, obviously,
Yep.
when you're talking about any particular criteria. But if you get a really large population, out toward each end of that bell curve, there's a significant number of people as well.
Sure.
So when you talk about the population of Canada being 30 million people, give or take a few million, or the US being 330 million people, give or take a few million, when everybody is counted and you look at how honest they are, on one side you've got completely dishonest, and on the other side you've got completely honest. And in the center you've got people who are middling honest.
Sometimes.
Sometimes, okay? When you're talking about...
Honestly, I don't believe that.
Honestly, I don't believe that, that's right. But when you're talking about copying music, to decide whether or not you would buy that music, that's the bell curve I'm going to talk about. So on the left-hand side, where the guy he's carving notches in the wall because he wants to boast to his friend that he's stolen or he's copied 100,000 pieces of music. He hasn't got time to listen to them.
I used to know a very senior level detective in the police force who had over 2,000 illegal movies.
Yep.
And he had them so much that he made a coffee table of them. He had a stand.
Did he watch them all?
I think likely. But he had made furniture out of his copies of movies. It was actually amazing.
Okay, so, but
and
he was
part of arresting John DeLorean for the cocaine thing, just to put it into senior level, senior guy.
Ah, yes, we're going to have to get Mr. McAfee back in here talking about the police and
the
just
RCMP,
exactly
yes,
the RCMP and how they lie. But anyway,
that was a fun show too.
That was a fun show.
Look up Dan McAfee and David Ingram and see
Not Dan McAfee,
Roger
McAfee.
That's
They're
funny,
not the same, and Dan's dead now.
Dan died last year, yes.
That's right.
Roger McAfee, and he's an old Crown prosecutor in Vancouver, and a defense lawyer and an old friend, and he and I did a good anti-RCMP show, plus police force, but pointing out some of the problems of the RCMP and why we need to have a BC provincial police force instead of the RCMP. Well, what are you typing in there? You're talking to somebody in chat?
Yep.
I feel left out.
You should be.
What?
Off-grid guy.
Yeah,
Say
off-grid.
hi,
Hey, hi, off-grid
Hi,
guy.
off-grid guy. Okay.
Anyway.
He doesn't want to talk on there?
No, we'll maybe get him on some other time. He's got some good intro.
Oh, is it somebody you know?
No, I don't know who the heck it is.
He's
No,
got
that's
some
fine.
good points, though.
No, he's got some good points.
Oh, okay.
Anyway,
Well, he should call in then.
yeah.
866-980-0499 if you're out of town. If you're in town, save us the long distance charges because we pay for the long distance
We
charges.
pay for the long distance on the 1-866. That's right.
604-980-0321. Give us a call if
Yep.
you got something you want to join us with some good points.
Anyway, bottom line is that you've got these guys way out on the left hand end, on the dishonest end, that all they're doing is carving notches in the tree.
Sure, they're
Okay,
stealing, they're breaking.
they're doing it simply because they're racking up points, brownie points with their friends.
Just one thing, Dave, you have to repost your URL because they were locked. Now they're allowed. Continue.
Mitchell just said somebody's blocked now.
Oh, the URL that you posted was removed. That's right. We had them blocked. Now they're open, so you can repost that URL, Off Grid Guy. And it looks he's going to check and see whether or not he's going to phone in. He's just made sure that he knows what the number is, so he might phone in. Anyway,
so this is fun. I'm just having fun with this.
Do you want the laptop
because,
while I talk?
No, because you know what we're doing? What we're doing now? We're doing what I wanted to do in 1997.
Yep.
If you remember, when I went and did the Rogers show and the Shaw show.
Yep.
And I wanted Rogers originally and then Shaw to make our program. They were the internet people, right? This is the cable networks. And they couldn't figure out how to do what we're doing right now for free with all that equipment.
And they wouldn't let me come in and do it.
No. We did do, with Chris Perillo, the first full-screen interview on television.
Yes, Locker Gnome.
Yeah, Locker Gnome.
If you look up Chris Perillo on Ustream, he's had 15 million views. 15 million different people.
P-I-R, Chris,
Perillo.
P-I-R-I-L-L-O.